heart of the Tanque Verde Valley, where the saguaro forests meet the Rincon Mountains, lies a story nearly a century in the making. I'm your host, Yolanda Weinberger, and I help people feel comfortable with the move they're making in Tucson, Arizona, with a deep local knowledge of the market, community, lifestyle, and culture. And I can't wait to share with you the rebirth of a desert icon as we explore the Tanque Verde Guest Ranch, Reimagined. Once a desert sanctuary in the 1920s, Solana Spanish Villas has been reborn not just as a guest ranch, but as a masterpiece of history, hospitality, and haute cuisine. Today, we're going behind the gates of this reimagined icon to see how a legacy is being passed forward. John, thank you so much for allowing us to come and film here. I know this is a great night. It's exciting, your main launch here. So I have a couple of great questions for you about when you began this relaunch. Like, what was the one historical element that you refused to change? And then one thing that you had to update for the modern guest at the ranch?
Well, in Tucson and Southern Arizona, guest ranches used to be a really big experience. There used to be hundreds of guest ranches. It was a place where you could go to relax, but also to heal. I think what we've done is we've preserved the heritage of what used to be out here, and then we just modernized it for the expectation of today's traveler and for a glamping experience.
So what does it mean to have this culinary tour here right now? This is wonderful timing.
Well, we found that with our guests at the guest ranch, you know, when people convene in large groups, they need food. And the logical thing was for us to control the experience, to bring in our own kitchen and culinary staff. And with our guest ranch zoning designation, we were able to do that. So we spent about 14 months, built the kitchen so that we could feed our guests and provide cowboy cookouts for guests and the catering for weddings and events. So we can now deliver just a packaged experience for our guests.
Okay. Would you mind sharing a little bit of history and how you brought that history into modern day?
Absolutely. So, you know, we had stayed, my family had stayed in some of these luxury Conestoga glamping wagons in the Utah area, and there's a company up there, the Conestoga Wagon Company, that actually builds these. These are custom built, full to scale. They're about 34 feet long. There's 2 queen beds, air conditioning to keep them nice and cool in the hot summers here, or warm in the winters, and then a full bathroom. So a bathroom with a shower. Yeah, it really is luxury glamping.
Thank you so much for allowing us to come in and be a part of this amazing day, a wonderful launch for your culinary tour. I just appreciate you so much.
You're welcome. It was great having you here.
History is the foundation of Solana, but to truly understand this area, you have to taste it. And for that, the ranch has turned to one of the most celebrated culinary minds in the Southwest, Chef Ken Foy. So what is it about this historic guest ranch that made you want to start or anchor the new culinary tours here?
We did a couple tours of this property when it was under construction. The first couple tours were like, it's got so much potential, but as it came together, we just absolutely fell in love with the space. There is no more beautiful of a setting to have a glass of wine, hang out with your friends, have a bite of food than this one that we can think of. And
now you're launching a fine dining experience right here for guests. So how does the rugged environment of this, the beautiful cacti, the trees, the everything, how does that add to your, let's say, creativity as you design a menu for this experience?
You know, the creativity here is leveled. I mean, it gives you such peace just being here. And then whatever's troubling you kind of melts away when you walk on property. It's just a serene place to be, and it drives the food. You can sit down and have a meal that's exactly the same meals and just be transformed to different places just by where you are here. It takes you on a roller coaster as you walk through it.
Absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for your time. I know you have a ton to do.
Absolutely.
But I appreciate you just talking with us and letting us know what this culinary tour is all about. I'm so excited.
Thanks for coming to visit us at Sonoma Guest Ranch.
It's been my pleasure. Whether it's the whisper of the 1920s in the walls of the casitas or the modern mastery of Chef Ken Foy's kitchen, Solana Spanish Villas represents a rare intersection of Arizona's past and its very bright future. It's so much more than a guest ranch. It's a blueprint for the American dream, reimagined for future generations. I'm your host, Yolanda Weinberger, and we'll see you at the next discovery.